Welcome to the first of our MacBook videos covering the externals of your MacBook. We're going to start with the power source. This is a MagSafe 2 on the MacBook Air. MagSafe 1 as a power port is actually smaller, so the end of the power cord that you have for this will look like a little square. When you plug it in, if the light is green, that means it is fully charged. If it is orange, that means it is charging. This is a magnet, so if you have anything close to it like a paper clip or anything else that is able to be picked up by a magnet, it actually will connect to that. It doesn't mean it'll ruin it, just be aware that that actually is a magnet in there, and the idea is that it holds the cord in place, it lets you know it is in there, and it doesn't fall out very easily. Moving down the same side, the next one is a USB port. This is used for common things like flash drives, or connecting a printer if you do not have a wireless printer, and it functions very much the same way that any common USB would function. The next on that same side is your audio jack. This is for either headphones or an external speaker that you would plug in via this jack. It is a 3.5 millimeter, and you do have better sound out of your MacBook if you have a set of headphones or speakers that have multiple rings on the jack itself. Right beside that, the two little dots are where the microphone is located. That's actually the closer point you would want to talk into if you were recording yourself on your MacBook. Turning your MacBook to the other side, you will notice that there is an SD card slot. For visual purposes, I have an SD card in that slot right now. This reads very much the same way that any SD or XD card would work. You would put it in, it would register it as an external hard drive, and then you would be able to pull your files from that. There are still people who use this. If you have a MacBook that does not have this plug or this option, you can buy a USB to SD card reader if you have photos on a file that you would like to get onto your MacBook. The next beside that is a second USB port. You can have two different things plugged in to your two separate USB ports at once. Just be aware that if you have two external hard drives plugged in, you want to make sure you know what they are called. That way you're saving to the right USB. You can also connect an external microphone or anything else like that to either USB port on either side of your MacBook. The last port we're going to look at is called a Thunderbolt port. This is where you would plug in the adapter in order to connect to a projector. What you would need is a Thunderbolt to VGA or Thunderbolt to HDMI, depending on what type of output you are connecting to. This type of connection is extremely fast. The thing to note is, if you are connecting to a projector, some projectors do not automatically pick up the signal from the MacBook like a way it may do if you hooked it up to a PC. For instance, some of our older Epson projectors in the county do not automatically recognize the MacBook as something to connect to the signal. So all you need to do is go into your display settings under your system preferences and make sure that that output is there. We will be going over how to do that when we get to system preferences in another video. But I just wanted to make you aware that the Thunderbolt port is how you would connect to a projector if you do not have the wireless capability. Please note you may have a MacBook that has different ports on either side. Some of them may contain an HDMI port. This would allow you to directly connect an HDMI cable from your MacBook to a TV or projector that is HDMI capable. You may also have a MacBook that has an Ethernet port, which will allow you to hardwire to an internet source via an Ethernet cord. Finally, you may have a MacBook that has an optical drive, which is a CD or DVD reader and or burner. These are typically older models of the MacBook, as most of the new models do not have this as a built-in feature. Thank you for watching this video. Please look out for other Mac videos, our iPad videos, Google Drive, and all other things that pertain to Washington County Digital.